All right, you are taking a live look at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium where the Georgia Bulldogs and Oregon Ducks are going to face off tomorrow. Kickoff is at 3:30 p.m. If you're not going to the game, do you know where you're watching? You don't have to stay at home. We have you covered. I sat down with Joey Weiss with Atlanta Eats, who has the 5 best bars to go to on game day.
All right, so let's jump right in. What's the first one?
So first I want to talk about Sports and Social, which is over at the Battery. And so anything at the Battery, if you've been there, whether the Braves are playing or not, it's a show. And so when you're at Stats, it's a huge space where you can drink some of the Braves exclusive beers, Tropscutioner, Terrapin, Los Bravos. But what's really cool is that during commercial breaks, instead of having to sit through whatever insurance ads there are or whatever's going on, they actually have festivities going on. So they have a closed circuit camera where they'll zoom in on people, make them chug their beer, or they'll just play games, all kinds of other stuff. So the game is great, the beer is great, but the festivities just make it so much better.
Wild.
Yeah,
Okay.
at the time.
Awesome. So that's Sports and Social. You have $3 Cafe on your list.
$3 Cafe. So there's 10 locations all around Atlanta, but it is probably the consummate sports bar for people all around Atlanta, where they have some of the best wings in town, which is saying something because this is like the wing capital of the world right here in Atlanta. And so they got great wings, great nachos, all kinds of other great things, burgers, wraps, but they just have TVs everywhere. Like, this is a place, if you want to go, whether there's even a sports game going on, they'll have something on. I don't know how they pull it off, but there's always, you know, we're watching ESPN 8 the Ocho, you got something exciting going on.
Okay, cool. So then you have Cypress, Street, Pint, and Plate on the list. That one's pretty close to my house, so I've seen it gets pretty packed over there.
Yeah, because they not only do they have a nice big bar area and some booths and stuff inside, but they also have a huge sprawling patio, which just makes everything's more fun when you're outside drinking, eating, watching the game. So one of their most famous dishes that they have is they have a Krispy Kreme burger, which some people might argue it's a little too much, but I say it's not enough. You know, they got burger, caramelized onions, all this stuff on a nice grilled Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got the sweet, you got the salty, and nothing better than watching football with all that stuff going on.
That sounds just wrong enough to be right.
Yeah.
To be brilliant, okay? And then we've got Smith's Old Bar. That one's a party.
Yeah, Smith's Old Bar, so it's a classic. It's been there for decades. It's definitely a music venue. So, you know, upstairs there's concerts going on, but you never know what the vibe there is going to be. It is the dreaded B word, a Bama bar, which, you know, us Georgia fans, we don't like to talk about. But they just have screens all over. They have a big projector. They have TVs all over the place. But you might go and they might be also having trivia, or they might be having karaoke, all kinds of other crazy stuff. But by the end of the night, Smith's feels like you're at a rave practically. It's an amazing spot, and they have a TV at every angle, and you better believe that they're going to have something good on there.
All right, so that brings us back to where we are now, Stats Brew Pub. I would trust anywhere that brews their own beer for my game day experience.
Exactly, because the worst thing that you want is a place that doesn't have great beer, but luckily Stats has several amazing beers. They have 4 that are always on tap, as well as a few rotating seasonal ones. So whatever you're in the mood for, Amber Ale, Pilsner, they've got you covered.
And I can see you can even, you know, do it yourself here.
Yeah, so you can, for when they have big events, you can book these tap tables, and you're actually able to fill up your own beer yourself. So hopefully you're good at pouring, so you don't get too much foam going on. But you can also book, they have suites upstairs.
That's it's a real expose moment.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing more embarrassing than being the one with the foam, you know, your glass full of foam.
Okay, now we would be remiss if we didn't talk about this food. You see, we've found some plates because we're gonna dig into these wings. Are they known for the wings? Because these look incredible.
Yeah, I mean, some of my favorite wings in town are here. Oh, I see you're a drum fan.
Oh, yeah.
I am too. But they got amazing ones. These are their garlic Parmesan wings. You got ranch. They also have blue cheese if you're into that whole thing. So, I mean, let's just kind of see what we got, what's going on.
What's good?
You don't get a lot of garlic Parmesan with sauce, but at Stats, even though they're a sports bar, they know how to make the food really good. And then they also have amazing nachos, because you can't be a sports bar if you don't have great nachos. And what I really appreciate and respect even about these nachos is that there's not a bad chip in the lot.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get one that's full of everything and the one that's empty. Every single chip has a story to tell, and everyone's really good, and I think we need to find out.
All right, and real quick, just the vibe of this place on game day.
Oh yeah, I guess I should talk before I eat. I mean, it's right downtown, so it's just a block or two away from Mercedes-Benz. So if you're coming for Atlanta United, coming for a Falcons game, going to State Farm for a Hawks game, there's just no better place to come for the game, whether you have a ticket or not. You come in here and it is packed, but everybody's here to do the same thing. So you're going to have an amazing time.
Yeah.
Now can we eat the nachos?
All right, now we can eat the nachos. We will have this information for you on CBS46.com. Gotta dig in.